Y'all know good and well what OnlyFans is, okay? So don't even come up in here acting innocent, all right? We already see how people in this modern day kind of tend to use it against women as an insult or even men as an insult. You're an OnlyFans model. You need to get a real job. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, like just like back in the day when Instagram came out and everybody called themselves an Instagram model and I'm a model. Okay, well, who do you model for? What company? Instagram. It's the same thing, okay, in today's day when it comes to OnlyFans. And of course, on the flip side, you have people insulting men. You subscribe to OnlyFans girls. The only women that you talk to are online and these video webcam chats on OnlyFans. It's a hot mess, right? So OnlyFans has that stigma to it because it's usually seen as like sexual work, like ex workers. Even though like you can post art on there, you can do commentary, you can cook. It's people who like chef up on there, but people mainly view it and even use it as like something sexual in nature, right? But the WNBA former star being Liz Cambage, guys, what a giant of a woman, okay? She actually talked with TMZ, of all people. Again, I just did a video yesterday on the emotional interview that Disney Carrington gave TMZ about how frustrated she was and how disappointing it was for her to have that season-ending injury. Okay, she had that foot fracture on her right foot. And she spoke with TMZ. TMZ was like literally stalking her at LAX airport. And I was kind of concerned because somebody was like, there actually is somebody, a woman, like, it seemed like a woman's hands was pushing her wheelchair. I'm like, why does she look alone and vulnerable and hurt and injured while she's hurt and injured at the LAX airport? That airport is shady. It's very large. It's like a lot of like traffickers around. I'm like, I don't like that for her. But thankfully there was somebody there. So again, thank you for the commenter that was like, yeah, if you keep looking at the video, somebody is actually pushing Disney Carrington in her wheelchair at the airport. But like it ain't bad enough TMZ is stalking one WNBA player. They done caught up with freaking Liz Cambage again. It looked like at the airport, maybe even perhaps the same airport. Okay, if you guys don't know, Liz Cambage was that girl. I believe she used to play for the LA Sparks in the WNBA. She's Australian, huge woman. She got to be at least like 6'7". Like she's another Camila Cardoso. Okay, shout out to the Chicago Sky. And I remember, like, back in the day, who really put her on was Drake. Like, Drake was low-key, like, dating her. Drake has been with everybody. Drake is at this point, Drake is the industry pass-around. At this point, he has been with and dated every woman, I swear. He kind of hyped her up, okay? He gave her, like, that, what they call the Drake stimulus package. He put her name out there, her image, because at one point, he was crushing on her hard. I believe he was, like, showing up to her games for the LA Sparks. She's very known to be very aggressive, okay? Like, she literally used to hem chicks up on the court, okay? Again, she's 6'7", 200 plus pounds. Liz Cambage ain't nothing to play with, okay? And also, just a couple weeks ago to last month, it was some buzz and rumors going on that she was actually, like, she could possibly currently be dating Kevin Durant, okay? Now, y'all know Kevin Durant is always single. He ain't, at one point he was engaged to Monica Wright, okay? Which, ironically, remember Monica Wright, the movie Love and Basketball? I'm sorry I'm getting off topic, but, I just gotta throw in the fun facts for y'all. When we saw Sanaa Lathan play Monica Wright in Love and Basketball, she played for the LA Sparks. When Monica Wright, she didn't play for the Sparks, I don't believe, but she played in the WNBA. They were engaged. She was engaged to Kevin Durant, and then they just abruptly, after a year-long engagement, they just called it off, okay? We never seen him with a woman again. He always either with his mom or, like, alone. But last month, he was, like, kind of, like, getting cozied up to Liz Cambage, and I believe it was at a Drake concert. It was so weird, but, like, both of them was just like, oh, we're just friends, okay? Because Kevin Durant is, like, 6'9", and she, like, 6'7", 6'8". She about 6'7". So it's, like, that would be monster children that they would create if it would have happened, right? Theoretically, hypothetically. But again, guys, Liz Cambage caught up with TMZ, and they were talking to her, and she was talking about how as WNBA players, you got to capitalize on your talents off the court, okay? You got to find endorsement deals and contracts off the court, because apparently, according to her, she is making quite a pretty penny on OnlyFans, much more than she has ever made as a WNBA basketball player. Guys, please allow me to read to you a little article brought to you by TMZ.com. It is titled, Liz Cambage, WNBA players got to cash in off court, not going to get it from contracts. Liz Cambage has a message for WNBA players. If they really want to make a buck, they're going to have to find it outside of their salaries, because she sure as hell didn't buy her mink coat and blinged out teeth with a game check. The former Los Angeles Sparks star turned to OnlyFans after leaving the W, and it wasn't long before she made more dough on the subscription-based platform than she did on the court. She reportedly made more than $1 million in no time. Remember, the Supermax in the W is just over $200,000. So if you're like a wealthy WNBA player, your super contract, like your max, I believe like Jewel Lloyd, Jackie Young, they make just a little over $200,000 per year, right? Now, Liz Cambage said she easily made a cool $1 million off of her OnlyFans subscriptions. An obvious reason why she jumped on OnlyFans, and she tells us other players should follow her lead and earn a living in other ways on top of their day jobs. I feel like women gotta make more money playing the sport they love, Cambage said at LAX. I think everyone has gotta get it how they can, as I'm standing here in a mink. He also has advice for the WNBA athletes who are frustrated with their lousy paychecks. Just be you. Stick to your personality, Cambage said. I feel like back in the day, there wasn't an opportunity or a space for women to be who they are, but now I feel like women being more girly or earning their sexuality more, and it's fun. The WNBA pay debate has picked up more than ever this season, with stars like Caitlin Clark making headlines by wearing "Pay Us What You Owe Us" warm-up shirts on the court. If the players don't get what they want in their new CBA, don't be surprised if they take Cambage's advice. Now, I understand that we need money in this world to survive, okay? Money definitely makes the world go round, but I'm sorry. Not sorry. I do not agree with Liz Cambage. First of all, there's, like that saying goes, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. I don't agree with her at all that WNBA players should be making OnlyFans content. Absolutely not. That's absolutely diabolical. I mean, like, you kind of are, like, demoralizing yourself, disparaging these women, giving them such terrible advice. How about get endorsements such as Gatorade, Nike, Coco Chanel, Delta Airlines? These are just a couple of companies right off the top of my head, guys, that pay these women, the WNBA players, thousands of hundreds of thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars, okay, off the court. They ain't got to show their bodies. They ain't got to make, weird, intimate content to pay their bills to make $1 million. Or you can play overseas basketball, right? I remember before the whole Brittany Griner, the Russian lockup that was just terrifying for her. She said in her first WNBA contract as a rookie, she made like $42,000. In that same year, during the WNBA's offseason, she went to Russia, played for the Russian Oligarchs. That was the female basketball team. I think they're still around today. She made $1 million like that. That's what Brittany Griner said. So I'm like, again, I don't agree with Liz Cambage. Again, she can get her money how she gets her money. She seems like she's happy doing this work. Okay, she no longer has to, play in the WNBA or play basketball. But it's like, for her to be like encouraging other WNBA players to follow down this path, I simply do not agree. But again, it does just further puts a light on the pay disparity and like the little pay that a rookie can get in the WNBA, making just $64,000 in their first year rookie contract. Okay, it's some teachers that make far more than that. Again, it's a shame. I believe that all players on a rookie contract, if it's just a rookie contract, should be paid no less rather than $250,000 a year. That's just me. Again, these are professional athletes. Okay, they put their lives, their bodies on the line. They're competing at a high level in the greatest league, sports league period, but specifically for women's basketball is the WNBA here in America. So again, I want to see the women do well. I wanted to see them, get a salary increase without having to show their bodies or do something weird online, doing something strange for a piece of change. But again, shout out to Liz Cambage, but no, girl, no, your advice is terrible. Angel Reese, no, they don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, Liz Cambage, okay? She was very aggressive on the court. She kind of got a bad rap. She was like the bad girl of the WNBA, the way she was like throwing chicks all around the court because she's just so big and strong. But it's like, she don't really have to do that either to make $1 million. She could have got endorsements, being an Instagram, being an Instagram model, that's pretty much the same thing as OnlyFans, OF, but still, y'all know what I mean. But yeah, I'm not taking your advice, Liz Cambage. I do not agree with you with that. I do not believe the WNBA players should make OnlyFans accounts and do something strange for a piece of change.